3 weeks ago here on the Investing Bros channels, we predicted a price would drop down towards $77,000, followed by a rally back up towards 92K. However, this would not begin the beginning of the bull market again. Instead, it would be another bull trap that would send us back down. And today, as Bitcoin and altcoins are rallying back up to levels we haven't seen in the last couple of weeks, we have to reevaluate and revisit that price prediction that this is all a part of something we predicted 2 to 3 weeks ago. We would love to be wrong and see brand new highs coming. However, the facts are the facts. This market very well still could be heading for 74K or lower. If you want to find out all the details, make sure to stick around till the end of the video. But we do have lots of news to get through, some exciting and some scary things to talk about on today's show. If you're a friend of the channel, go ahead and smash that like button right now. And if you're new, make sure to stick around to the end and hit subscribe to get every bit of the information daily on what you need to know about the markets. With that said, though, first, we got to roll an intro. Welcome on in, everybody, to the Investing Bros live show. It's 3 p.m. It's Monday. We have a great one lined up for you guys today. But first of all, got to start with introducing the team here. Of course, you guys know I'm Tim. I got Smay and T Shroom. Smay, how you doing today, my friend? I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you. I'm doing fantastic, Tim. You just gotta keep your little horsies close and your little spiders closer. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I played a full game of golf yesterday, 18 holes, and I was playing right around the time that Bitcoin really started to move. I was not playing this morning, so I don't know why this morning pumped so heavily, but we're starting to see a correlation here between Tim playing golf and the bull market coming around. So again, this is out there. If you guys want to start a GoFundMe to just permanently put me on a golf course all day, every day for the sake of the bull market, I volunteer as tribute. But I loved playing golf yesterday. It is a lot of fun. How about T Shroom, my man over here with the HODL hat and those nice what are those? The blue screen glasses. What are they called? Blue.
That's right. Blue light blockers.
Blue light blockers. Yes, there we go. There we go. How you doing today, Shroom?
Well, when I have on my blue light blockers, I'm doing better than I deserve, Tim. And I really enjoyed this weekend because my Gators took out the W against who did they play? It's leaving my mind for a second.
UConn.
Oh, UConn. Yeah. So
yeah.
Now we're gonna
I don't think I've ever
Maryland.
heard that expression. They took out the W.
They did.
That's a
they
new
did.
one.
Well,
that's a new one.
Because I'm like I'm more of an elite sports fan.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's kind of So I'm using terminology you're probably not familiar with, but yeah. So go Gators. They play again on Thursday.
Go Gators. There
Sweet
we go.
16, baby.
Listen, in chat, if you guys are watching March Madness, which is the American college basketball tournament, to decide who the national champs are going to be, drop your favorite team in chat. Nikki, I see you saying go Terps. Drop your favorite team from March Madness in the chat. We won't read it because we're going to talk crypto here in a second.
Tim, Terps have a good chance.
Terps
not in. Not in, so we don't get to talk.
Tech's pretty good.
Terps. Well, I'm a tangential Gator fan.
You're a West Virginia fan. They didn't make it.
All right, and I like the Gators. I'm living literally next to them, and I will say this. Tim. Terps. I don't know what that is. But that sounds like a terrible name.
Terrapins, the Maryland Terrapins. Shout out to Davey Cakes. Hey, they're in the Sweet 16 and your team isn't. Davey Cakes with the $2
Gators
says, see you guys at 145,000 in July. Davey Cakes, I would love for that to come true. We actually, here in a second, we're getting the news with T Shroom. We got a pretty spicy price prediction for the next couple of weeks from a man who loves to make price predictions.
Yes.
So that's going to be fun. I would love to see July 145K. I don't know if I'm there yet with you, Davey. I think that might be a little soon, but I'd love to see it. With that said, it is time to throw it over to T Shroom for our minute-long news wrap-up. What are all the headlines that are big on today's internet? I don't know why I said internet, but big in the news today. T Shroom, take it away.
Absolutely. This is the news impacting your crypto portfolio and beyond. Polymarket data showing in May, 87% are betting that it's going to be a pause. Not a shocker there, but June is maintaining a majority. 55% bet that we will see our first rate cut of 2025. It'll be 25 basis point cut in June. Just a betting market. Take it for what it is. Trump's World Liberty Project launched its own stablecoin, and get this, it's on BNB. That's right, on the Binance chain. So very interesting. It's going to be called USD1, and it is not available yet. A lot of imposter coins out there. Don't try to get your hands on this until it has been very much confirmed and launched and all that good stuff. Chainlink news, Abu Dhabi's ADGM partners with Chainlink to develop compliant tokenization frameworks. What is ADGM? Well, it's the Abu Dhabi Global Market. It's an international financial center and free zone located on AI Maraya Island in the United Arab Emirates capital of Abu Dhabi. We're all so excited for one of our favorite tokens to be getting some spotlight today. Weekly spot Bitcoin ETFs net inflows returned to positive after 5 straight weeks of net outflows. Bros, let me know in the chat, is this the strongest indicator of a bottom being in? Some may think so. Here's one. Former investment banker and co-founder of BitMEX, maybe you've heard of him, Arthur Hayes. He claims Bitcoin hits 110K before it retests 76.5K. Is he wrong? Let me know. He's been wrong before, but a broken clock can be right twice a day. Let me know what you guys think. We'll chat about this one a little bit later in the show. Bitcoin and the Qs rally on President Trump's signal of a pivot from the sector-specific tariffs. Now, what sectors might those be? The autos, the semis, and the pharma per officials. That is more than likely the smoking gun on the rally we're seeing today in risk assets. Hyundai announces a $20 billion U.S. investment, including a $5 billion steel plant in Louisiana, creating 1,500 jobs. Are you watching from Louisiana? Let us know. This will supply U.S. EV plants with a third opening in Georgia ahead of Trump's April 2nd tariff. Moving on here, MicroStrategy, or now Strategy, they bought another just under 7,000 Bitcoin worth $584 million. Michael Saylor's strategy now owns 2.4% of the entire Bitcoin supply. Let us know what you think of that. That's a big smiling face there from Michael Saylor. You may not have heard of it, but many have. The International Monetary Fund, a significant global bank, makes incremental progress in acknowledging digital asset technology as a form of payment and store of value. Translation, yeah, it's cool, I guess. I think they're a little coy. I think they may be a little bit shy on this one because they're behind the 8 ball. Fidelity files for a U.S. Treasury fund that will be tokenized on Ethereum. Exactly. This is expected to be May 30th launch. This one's pretty big. This one's pretty interesting. For those of you who are here for the tech, this is quite an interesting development from the institutions. Tim, that's going to be our news, and it is so good to be seeing some bullish headlines this day. Starting off this week, could be a very bullish week.
Very, very good. Well, we're about to jump into the charts. Take a look at what's happening over there. A lot of things to discuss, even from some of those news headlines. But really quickly, a word from our sponsor of today's video, Limits Express. Listen, guys, whether you are really bullish on crypto like I am long-term, or you think we're going to go enter into a longer-term bear market, having a good plan for your investments and diversifying is a key part of making sure you're setting yourself up for generational wealth. That is why T. Shroom and I here a couple weeks ago actually invested in Limits Express for the first time. Why? Because even though I love crypto and I have the majority of my investments over there, I want to make sure I also have another area. Limits Express allows us to set up our own Walmarts and Amazon shopping stores, but we don't do any of the work. All the guys over at Limits Express do it for us. And on average, the clients are getting a 14% return every quarter on the investment for doing literally no work. If this is something that interests you and you want to diversify your portfolio, make sure to give Limits Express a call. You get a free consultation when you use our link down below. Go sign up today and start diversifying your money. All right, let's get into the charts here, everybody. Let's take out first the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. If you go to my screen, This is going to start to set a good stage of understanding. If you're not used to the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, a lot of times, well, first of all, what this is displaying is what retail feels at any given moment about the markets. And specifically, when I look at the alternative.me chart, it's mostly talking about Bitcoin. And you're seeing right now, we're coming in technically still in fear, but it's at a 45, which is right on the edge, once again, of being back in the neutral. Why is this important? Because we like to tell people anytime you see us go severely into fear, these are the best times to buy. For example, just a couple of weeks ago, back on February 27th, we hit a 10, the lowest we had been in multiple years. The last time we hit a 10 on these charts was back in summer of 2022, right? But now as we've climbed back up to 45, last week we actually hit 49 one of the days, and yet the Bitcoin price is still pretty far down from the recent highs in January. These are the types of things you're starting to look at and say, man, are crypto investors getting a little too comfortable, a little too fast with this rally? And it's going to be one of my signs to say, hey, I would love to be wrong here. I would love for Davy Cakes to be right. I'd want to see a $145,000 Bitcoin in July. I would love to see us just shoot straight up there right now. But the reality is, we gave you guys a price prediction here a couple weeks ago. Back when Bitcoin's price was way back down here, we said, don't be surprised to see a bounce here on 77K. It went slightly below. We gave you a target of back up towards 90, almost 92,000 as a very realistic bouncing place, and then it would become decision time. Do we want to continue to the upside, or will it be time after revisiting 90K to come back down here towards $74,000? Why? If you guys are new to the channel, if you're wondering why did we predict this 3 weeks ago, I'll explain to you why that is. Here on the daily chart, using our favorite trading indicator, Luxago, I highly recommend this to anyone who's serious about trading and wants to make money. I have a strategy that any time frame I use here, I look on the Luxago oscillator and I try to find what I would call the oscillator buy signal. It's where you have the trifecta of a reversal dot or a reversal triangle on the bottom, a buying dot or a positive momentum on our oscillator, and then positive money flow. There's the green and red cloud in the middle. That's money flow. Whether there's money flowing in or out, we want to see positive, and that gives us an official buy signal. What we do with that buy signal then is we turn on the signals and overlays from Luxago, and we put a target up here where we have this red smart trail, this red line right here. It's like a significant moving average. If you're ever used to working with moving averages, I love pulling up daily moving averages with the SMA. We are currently above the 200 and the 20, but I also love to look at the smart trail because in my eyes, what it's kind of signaling is the most significant moving average on that time. Look for if it's red, resistance. If it's ever blue, it's support. Okay. And when you get these buy signals from the oscillator, you're always looking at the targets of that same time frame's smart trail. Well, technically right now on the daily chart, we have come into and hit the daily smart trail. Do I think that this rally is over, though? Not necessarily, because when I go up to the 2-daily chart and I take a look at the oscillator, we also had a buy signal on the 2-daily oscillator. Why? Green reversal, bullish momentum, positive money flow. This would signal we have very good reason to expect that we should make our way now up towards 91,400. We could go higher towards 94,000, but technically, when I trade these, all you can really expect in almost guarantee, right? There's about a 90% win rate with this strategy is that it should at least touch the bottom of this smart trail. And like I said, that level is coming in here around 91,400. You'll notice this level also, of course, is kind of coming into confluence with a former support zone. Look at all the times that Bitcoin's price came down into this blue zone and found support between November and February of 2025, but yet then we lost it. We've turned it into resistance. Could it be used as resistance once again? I also noticed right in that same area is going to be our 50. I think this is that 50 or 100? Maybe check my colors real quickly. I cannot remember what I had. 50. The 50-day moving average is going to be in that camp as well. So a lot of resistance is going to be coming in here around 91.4. Could we go a little bit higher? Absolutely. And I'm about to tell you what level, if we got above, I would say, all right, good for us. Maybe we're going to go ahead and put the bottom was in back here at 77, and we'll make a move up toward new highs. In fact, we might even make a move like what what's his name? We were just talking about in the news.
Arthur Hayes.
T-shirt. Arthur Hayes with that bold prediction where we're revisiting 110,000 or getting to 110,000 before the crash. I'm going to have a statement on that here in just a couple minutes. The reason I don't think that is happening is because right now the highest time frames buy signal is the 2 daily chart. I probably should check to make sure the 3 daily has not turned into a buy signal. It has not, right? We don't have the positive money flow, so the 3 daily chart is not a buy signal. But something that is giving me a little bit of alarm still, and the reason why I'm continuing to say that $74,000 should be on the table and should be something people are expecting is because of the 2 weekly chart. See what we have over here? We have bearish divergence. We had the red reversal. We have the bearish momentum. And there you have it right there. We have our negative money flow, right? This is a long time frame. 2 weekly chart. We see 14 days happen just to create one candle. None of this was going to happen overnight. But we did get this sell signal way back here at the end of January. Okay, well, what does that say that price action should do? By turning on our signals and overlays from Luxalgo, you can see the top of the blue smart trail. Remember, if it's red, that's resistance. If it's blue, it's support. The top of this sell signal or the top of this smart trail is coming in where? Just right above 74,000. 74,000, of course, right in that same range is the top from back here in March. It is something that I think would be very likely for us to have play out, not only because of the sell signal, but also because after breaking through this high back here in November, we never revisited this level and turned that former resistance into support, okay? Not that we have to. Markets don't do this 100% of the time, but more often than not, when a significant resistance is broken through, you oftentimes come back down and revisit it to turn it into support. That did not happen with our recent falls. And with that 2 weekly chart still showing us the sell signal, I think 74K is something everyone should still have on their table. Technically speaking, 66K is possible. We could come all the way to the bottom of the smart trail at 66K, but I think 74, that range around 74, maybe down towards 72 is a range that I would be keeping an eye on. We'll put a box right there. Is an area I would still be keeping an eye on for future price action for moves to the downside. Now, I will say, and this is going to come up on, we'll probably talk about this a lot today, tomorrow. There will be some things to be considered because I do think that April 2nd has the chance to be a very good buy signal and a very good bullish indicator because the tariffs, the reciprocal tariffs from Trump that we've known about now for well over a month, there's a lot of people thinking that that's going to be a massive sell event. Well, whenever there's a sell event or a bad event that we've known about for a long time, a lot of time you have what was called a sell the rumor, buy the news type event. In the same way, if we know something really good is coming, like we know there's a big launch date of a major update, a lot of times that day ends up being a sell-off. Why? Because people buy the rumor going up, and then they sell off when the actual news hits. Well, in the same way, with bad news like reciprocal tariffs that will be seen as a negative for the economy, don't be surprised to see people selling off at some point in anticipation, and then on the actual event, April 2nd, a buy up. But we are already out of time, right? We only have a little over a week, or is it just about a week from now when that April 2nd happens, which means this could get very volatile very fast with Bitcoin. Like I said, I still have a target based on the 2 daily chart. I still have a target up here towards 91,000, maybe a little higher than $91,000. But after that, I do think there could be a day or two where we see some form of I'm not an excuse, but a reason why Bitcoin's price could make its way back down very quickly. And that's not going to happen in that timeline right there. Let's get this a little clear here. It's going to shoot up and then shoot back down very quickly and hit this level either on or before April 2nd, before we start to make it bounce back to the upside. Now, all of these are still if-then statements. I cannot guarantee with 100% certainty this happens. All I'm looking at is the fact that we have a 2 daily buy signal saying 91K is on the table and a 2 weekly sell signal saying saying 74K is still on the table. For this prediction to the downside to be wrong, let me flip to some bullish takes here and say what needs to happen to be bullish. If Bitcoin is going to say that the bottom is in and we're ready to reclaim all the moves to the upside, not only do we need to get back above the 2 daily smart trail coming up here around 94,000, that would be the first step of it. But the reality is we need to get out of this downtrending bear trend we've been in since the top back on January 19th or January 20th, I think is the day it actually hit. This is the 2-daily chart. You can see here, if I go to the daily chart, we'll see more candles. Since this January 20th top, where Bitcoin did reach $109,000, we have been putting in lower highs and lower lows depicted by this descending red and descending green line, right? This is a falling channel. It's a very bullish channel eventually, but the question is going to become, do we actually make a big breakout to the upside? Or do we simply have maybe a little fake out right here and then a return back down to the support level, back down here towards 74, 72,000 before we make our move up, right? That's going to be the question. For me to feel bullish again about Bitcoin, and for me to say, guys, I believe that the $77,000 market back here on March 11th was the bottom, I need to see Bitcoin's price set a higher high for the first time in a couple of months and get above technically 99.3, but let's close out a couple candles up there and let's really reconquer the six-figure mark of 100,000, maybe even retest that 99.3 as support, and then we can start talking about all-time highs. What does this mean in a nutshell as we kind of wrap out the Bitcoin TA? This means the Arthur Hayes prediction that we just talked about a couple of minutes ago, I believe is false. He is predicting, Arthur Hayes, that we will hit Bitcoin, a move back up to 110,000, or rather to 110,000, which would be a new all-time high for Bitcoin. Then we will retrace all the way back down towards $76,000. Clearly in the analysis I just gave you, nothing is 100%. He absolutely could be right, but I don't believe that that plays the highest probability. I believe right now we are still in a lower high and lower low bear trend. I believe that there's a high probability that that continues, but if we break that structure and we get back above 100,000, all of a sudden the statements and the need to go even higher become increasingly. I don't think we stop at 110K. Maybe we reject temporarily, but a move from 110K all the way back down to 76, I don't think that that's very likely at all. I do believe we get back above 100. We are talking about the bull market is back on. We are looking at whales buying in bulk, and we are now breaking the structure and setting higher highs and higher lows again for the first time since January. But I don't want to throw out Arthur Hayes' prediction completely, right? I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, and here's the reason why. Go back to my screen here for a second, man. I want to talk to you guys about Arthur Hayes in a nutshell. And he's made predictions for a long time, but let's even talk recently what Arthur Hayes has done. I can't remember the exact date, but somewhere in this world, right in here, right? Somewhere last summer or the end of last summer in September, Arthur Hayes came out predicting that Bitcoin would make it up to $150,000 before the end of the year. Now, we thought that was a little crazy. We thought that was a little high. I didn't even think 100K was really going to happen until the beginning of 2025, but I did think 150 was a little high. Well, clearly, though, even though we didn't make his prediction, Bitcoin did make its way to the upside. In fact, it got above 100,000, hitting 106 before the end of the year. Not close to his prediction, but the markets did rally explosively. Okay? Let me back up, though, because back here, in this time period in February, Arthur Hayes came out saying that Bitcoin would drop all the way to $70,000 before continuing its bull market. Okay, well, Bitcoin didn't make its way to 70,000. It went down to 70,000 or 77,000, excuse me. And now it looks like we're making a move back to the upside. What am I kind of getting at? Arthur Hayes, he has a way of predicting explosive movements that don't come to fruition, but kind of gets the right idea when it comes to price direction. So I kind of am sitting here saying, maybe I'm not going to take the numbers Arthur Hayes puts out there. His numbers oftentimes are extreme. And this is coming from a guy who people accuse me of having extreme numbers with price predictions. I think Arthur Hayes is a little bit extreme, but he does seem to have a good track record of predicting price movements. And like I said, I'm still sitting in a boat. I don't think the rally, whether you want to call it a bull trap, whether you want to call it a dead cat bounce, I don't think we're done. Here at 88,000, right? We did come up towards 88.8. I think that we will see a 9.0 or a 9.1 before this rally ends, right? So I think we do rally. Heck, we might make it to 92, maybe even up towards 94, 95. But I do think we still fall short. I think he's right that there will be a rally, a little bit further of a rally, and then a pullback. And in this case, I actually don't think the 76 is enough. Again, I'm thinking 74, 72 is what we're looking at on the table. And then we can see a rally start to take off to the upside. Another reason why I think that this bottom isn't quite in yet is if you take a look at extreme pullbacks, whenever you have extreme pullbacks and then the bottom officially comes in, a lot of times you see explosive movements, right? If you go back here to the last shakeout of last summer, September, we come down pretty quickly and then we move back up pretty quickly, okay? It took a couple of days, we're back up. If you go back to other previous times, we had the fake out back here in January where people sold off the ETF. Notice we kind of made a rally back pretty quickly. Same thing, you go back to summer of 2021, right? We've been delayed. We had a big 50% pullback after Elon sold his Bitcoin, a long delay over the summer of 2021. And then guess what? When the bottom's finally in, look at how fast we rallied back. I'll just keep showing you a couple others. COVID, pretty fast to the upside. Bottom in back here, pretty fast to the upside. What's my overall take? When the bottom is in on these extreme pullbacks, I'm not saying it's no way in shape this is a rally, but we've definitely drawn this out and taken our sweet time. This isn't a very aggressive, fast rally. This is kind of almost like the bears were just done selling for now, and they're taking a breather while the bulls slowly but surely buy up the supply. What I firmly expect, though, is I do expect a pretty fast crash that scares the markets. Maybe we see fear and greed index get back down towards 10 or at least into the teens, followed by a pretty quick rally back to the upside. Why? Because when this happens, or if this happens, that's the real question. If we see a big drop in price on Bitcoin, the feeling amongst retail investors, probably the majority of you guys included, is going to be pessimistic, very defeated, very, man, I'm not going to fall for another bullish story another day in my life. The bull market's over. Bitcoin screwed. Crypto screwed. I'm selling all my crypto and running, okay? That is going to be the feeling of a lot of retail investors that just cannot handle the volatility whatsoever. Guess who takes advantage of that? The whales and the institutions that have been sitting on the sideline. And they will buy like crazy on this dip, knowing retail will not buy. They will not fall for any bullish news. They're just very out of it. And that will send the price to the upside very quickly because of not only the heavy buying pressure from whales and institutions, but also the mass liquidations of any short positions. Any retail investor said, man, I'm not going to make money from the bull market. Let me just go ahead and heavily short the market. They will be liquidated very quickly. And that is what causes these recoveries having such fast and aggressive rallies back to the upside. It's a combination of smart money buying like crazy and dumb money or retail money thinking that they're smarter than it and selling and getting massively liquidated and lost out over a long period of time. That's why the markets bounce back to the upside. But with that said, that is my thoughts on how the market works. I do believe we're still under a little bit of a bull trap coming in the next couple of days. I still think 74,000 is a very realistic target before April 2nd. The question is when and how severe it gets before we make a rally. That being said, I'm still bullish on the month of April. I still think all of the negativity leading up into April is going to be one of the biggest reasons why the whales and institutions buy up the dip. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? What do you think about the bottom? In fact, let me check on our poll here with almost 600 votes. I asked the question, where will Bitcoin bottom? And 45% of you are saying the bottom is in right now. The bull market is back. Well, our community keeps swaying. I feel like sometimes these polls are super bearish. Other times these polls are super bullish. This is kind of my case in point right here, though, guys. 45% of you, almost half of you, are back to being bullish. I think the markets might try to take advantage of that, even in our community, where we try to shoot it straight every day. We're not bullish when everybody else is bullish or bearish when everybody else is bearish. We read the markets. We take a contrarian view. We like to shoot it straight and give you our best opinion. When everyone's feeling bullish, even in our community, I take that as a sign of, hey, guys, watch out for that fear and greed index. People are getting a little too hot, a little too heavy. 26% think we're going to double bottom at 77 again. So 22% of you think we are going to 74, 70K, and only 8% of you saying 70K or below. So our chat kind of neutral, but looks like it's leaning a little bullish. Be careful out there. I would love to be wrong. And again, if we break above 100K, I will turn back into a longer term bull. But for the moment, those lower highs and lower lows are keeping me in a place of saying, be cautious. Wait for the rally to come. Wait for the confirmation before you get crazy. Embrace the volatility, and you can make money whether the charts go up or they go down. You can do that by trading. Speaking of, before I throw it to T-Shroom, and we're going to talk about some altcoins, we're going to look at a couple charts here. We're going to look at a stock that's looking very impressive right now that you might want to take a look at here in a little bit. I want to let you guys know, starting tomorrow morning, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we will be going live doing trading here on the channel. And all of those will be brought to you guys by Blofin. So if you guys want to trade with me, the market opens. We'll be going live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come trade with me. You guys know I do a lot of swing trading, but I'm going to use these morning shows to do a lot of day and scalp trading. Get in, get out, make some quick bucks, protect our long-term movements. If we're bullish, we're going to be long in the market. If we're bearish, we're going to be shorting the market. And I'm going to show you how no matter which way the markets go, you can make money. Go sign up for Blofin with our link down below. There's going to be some perks coming out for using our link over the next couple of weeks. So go ahead and sign up now so you get those perks later on. And come join me Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for live crypto trading. T-Shroom, we got a couple headlines for some altcoins. We want to take a look at some charts. But let's start off. I think we got some news from one of the fan favorites here, Chainlink. What's going on with Chainlink right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's going on with Chainlink is, here, let me pull it up here for you, bros. They've got a partnership here going with Abu Dhabi's ADGM partners with Chainlink to develop compliant tokenization frameworks. Abu Dhabi global markets, you can kind of think of them as like it's like a place where Abu Dhabi is trying to attract investors and attracts high talented, high educated people to come work, and there's some financial components there. There's a pool of money that can be spent, right? So they're working with Chainlink to try to tokenize all kinds of different things: bonds, stocks, real estate. So that's super cool going on over there at Abu Dhabi. Tim, I'm curious, how is this affecting the charts today? I think it was up quite a bit on the news.
Yeah, Chainlink's actually doing pretty well today. This is another one we set up a longer-term trade in our VIP trading group. Got a lot of people over there making money on Chainlink. Let's go take a look at the charts here today. Definitely not out of the woods, right? When you look at this daily chart, it's still in that lower high, lower low mode. But we were talking about Chainlink at least making it back up here to 1545, if not making back up over $16. Right? We have a trade over in our group that, again, Blofin users will be able to see these trade setups in the future. That's why you need to sign up with Blofin with our link. But I'm still going to be watching. There's two resistance levels we're watching. Let's turn on some charts here. Oh, that daily chart. This is moving up. There. We got this buy signal here on the daily chart. Green reversal, bullish momentum, positive money flow. All right, we are very aware here. I guess that's going to be the 4-hour smart trail. Let me see that. Yeah, we're kind of rejecting right now on this uptrending level of resistance and the 4-hour smart trail right there. Could make our way a little higher here towards 1548. I do expect a little short sell-off, maybe a pullback, maybe back down to 1453, but maybe not. I mean, with Bitcoin rallying the way it is, we could just decide to keep on going. But on that daily chart, right, you want to see everything follow Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin makes a strong rejection, I do think that Chainlink's not in a position to make its own rally. Like, this is not altcoin season, right? As long as Bitcoin dominance stays up high like this, and it's staying high, everybody, you definitely want to be trading altcoins within the rhythms of Bitcoin. That being said, I'm bullish right now in the short term on Bitcoin. So therefore, I'm going to look at these buy signals on Chainlink and saying, hey, these are absolutely still on the radar. 1674 is still the daily resistance, that target that Chainlink is looking for here. And I will say, if we went back and checked the history here, the last buy signal we got, Chainlink right there technically failed. It got very close. But the ones before that were hitting, right? So this is a very reliable buy signal. It makes me believe, I think $16 at the very least is going to get hit by Chainlink on this move. I think we should make it to 1670, maybe back up towards $17 on the daily chart. But this zone right here, even below this one, should still play out here for Chainlink. Somewhere between that $16 to maybe $17 range would be the target I would have here for this upward move. I wonder, we were sitting on the edge last week. Let's check in on some of these about the 2 daily charts, because the buy signal came in on Bitcoin. Would you look at that, guys? We got the 2-day buy signal coming on Chainlink. I mean, there's a lot of altcoins. I'm going to have to go update our VIP trading group with some coins that had that 2 daily buy signal. Green reversal, bullish momentum, positive money flow. Love to see it. That target, $19. Let me check this real quickly, guys. We're going to stay with me here. Now, this is going to be some stuff we look at in the morning show. When was the last failed buy signal we had here? We definitely had a buy signal here on the 2-day chart right here. Last September. That was the last buy signal we have on the 2-day chart. We had a buy signal right here. We'll look at like 5, the last 5. Buy signal right here. We had a buy signal right here. That's 1, 2, 3. We had a buy signal not right there. That's going to be a little close. We're going to skip that one. That's a little distance from where we got the reversal. Buy signal right in here. Let's go right there. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's do one more right in here. Okay. So let's go take a look here at the last 5 buy signals. How did they perform? Were they successful or were they fake outs? Okay. Starting off right here, back on, what day is this? Back here, let's get rid of that. Right here on September 23rd, we got the buy signal. Look where it went. It actually went above the red smart trail. That was a success. 1 for 1. What about right here? All right, this one's a little confusing, right? I like when you're above the smart trail. If you had a buy signal and you're above a blue smart trail, your targets actually would be the red reversal cloud or where you probably look at the last significant level of resistance, right? So you're kind of look in right in here and say, all right, my signal is going to be after a buy signal down here above a blue smart trail. I'm going to see that red cloud. I'm going to see that form of resistance. I'm trading it up here to 1760. Guess what? It did it, right? So boom, 2 for 2 on the 2 daily buy signals. Let's keep going on though, because that was during an uptrend. What about during these downtrends? Did we have successful trades? I'm going to call this one right here a failure, right? This one, we got this buy signal. It wasn't the greatest buy signal because that money flow was a little curious, but I would have called that one at the time. And that one did not make its way up to the smart trail, right? We ended up failing and making our way down. So we're 2 of 3, and we failed once during the pullback. This one kind of very similar to what we saw back here with the daily chart. Buy signal, we did have a nice rally. We did fall short of the smart trail. So we'll call it 2 for 2 or 50% right there. And then this one right here, this one ended up working out actually pretty beautifully. It took some time, but we had a successful one right back here. The last one that happened, I do believe, is a buy signal. That happened back in August 2024. So there you go, right? So 3 out of the last 5 were successful, and even one of the failures got very, very close. So I'm looking at that, and I'm sitting here saying we probably at least have a 70% chance of getting back up to 1891. But because that's a lower probability than 90%, which more often than not, these are 90% predictors with other coins, I would sit here and say it makes me feel very good about 17. But maybe hold off and see. There's always a chance also as these things play out that this smart trail just keeps coming down and we end up meeting it over here later. So we're going to continue to watch out for that. But there is a buy signal right now on Chainlink on the daily and 2 daily chart that should keep us feeling very good about how Chainlink is performing. On the short end, though, let's go back to the 4-hour chart. Again, we are hitting some resistance of the 4-hour smart trail. Let's check out how our oscillator is looking. You can see we're a little overextended. We have a red reversal. We're very high here. The RSI is overextended. On the hourly chart, we did have a little bit of a sell signal kind of coming in with a red reversal, bearish momentum, and that money flow sloping. I think a move back down, it would make sense to come back down towards 1480, 1484 for Chainlink before we resume the bullishness of that daily and 2 daily buy signals. So if you guys are looking for maybe an entry on Chainlink, look to potentially get in here around 1484, 1486 area. Could be an interesting re-entry on a Chainlink long. So love Chainlink. Again, if you guys are already in our trade, you can hold on. Again, I think 16 is a safe thing. Again, 17 is what I would be looking at. $17. I might have said cents earlier. I apologize if I did. Sometimes it slips the tongue. $17 looking like a good spot to watch Chainlink here in the next little bit. Let's do another one, a coin that we don't talk about a lot, right? But probably need to talk about a lot because I was looking at their chart today. This coin, this is being the epitome. This coin actually might be better than XRP at maintaining bullishness during a season where a lot of other altcoins are falling back. That coin's name is BNB. They got themselves some pretty big news, and I want to give a small take on that as well. But what's happening right now with BNB, Shroom?
Yeah, absolutely. So BNB has really got some shocking news, I would say. Trump's World LibertyFi launched its own stable coin on BNB chain called USD1. And just remember, there are some imposter coins out there that are claiming to be USD1. USD1, the official stable coin, has not been launched. So if you're buying what you think is USD1, you are buying an imposter coin. Look up how to actually go to CoinMarketCap, find the right address, and all of that. A little bit of a wet blanket thrown on an otherwise very bullish story here for BNB. Tim, how are the charts reacting to this story here?
Yeah, by the way, Nicole, I see your question about Chainlink. We'll answer that in just a second. Let me copy and paste that over to our chat so I don't lose that. But that's a very good question. I want to answer that in a little bit. But as far as BNB, let me start off by saying this is really interesting news, Tisham, and explain why. World Liberty Finance, of course, owned by the Trumps, who are really big on making America the crypto capital of the world. Why are they building their stable coin on a Chinese coin? Very interesting. Very interesting. Of course, BNB is not an American company. Are they making moves to make it an American company? I don't know. Are they going to pardon CZ, and are we going to see Binance move their entire operation from China over to America? I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it's very curious that the Trumps, who are extremely pro-American crypto, are building their stablecoin on a foreign platform. So something to think about. That being said, let's go take a look at the BNB charts. Let me go way out to the daily chart, and I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about here. Holding up kind of nicely here. Just look at the overall movement here with Binance since the lows back in October of 2023. Very, very small pullback here. What did it actually pull back? Let's just take a look here. From the highs when we set back here, and those are all-time highs, right? BNB, one of the few coins, only pulled back 36%. Only pulled back 36%. Again, a lot of other altcoins down 50, 60, some 70%. With what their pullbacks did, it's holding up very nicely. Right now, Binance coin is only a 25% pump away from getting back to an all-time high. That's if you've been holding BNB, it's holding your value very, very well. That being said, it's not crazy pumping on this news, right? We do have a bullish candle here. It's up like 2% on the day, but it's been rallying the last couple of days here. Let's take a look at what our Luxago oscillator is saying. We don't really have that daily buy signal like others do, but part of the reason why is we had it right here. All right, let's see. Did that daily buy signal actually? Let's see. Yeah, right there. You see the buy signal came in right here. We hit the smart trail. Actually, if you really look at it, let me zoom in here. You kind of have a buy signal right here. Green reversal, bullish momentum, and that money flow went positive. Guess what? We came up, and we are currently rejecting on the daily smart trail. Now, do we have the 2 daily? Well, we're rejecting on that one as well. So even if we had a buy signal, that's not going to help us out that much. There we go. It looks like we're about to form a weekly, or we are working on forming a weekly buy signal for BNB. Green reversal dot, bullish momentum. And if you zoom in there, money flow is starting to turn positive. Now, this weekly candle just started. Technically, if you want to wait for confirmation, you have to wait until next Sunday at 8 p.m. to know if this weekly candle closes and we have this positive money flow. What do I mean by this? Technically speaking, if this candle turns blue and starts to move to the downside, so will the money flow. The money flow will correct and it'll start to come to downside. We won't have our confirmed buy signal, right? So that's one of the downsides of when you get a weekly buy signal. Sometimes you see the weekly buy signal form too early in the week in the candle, and then ends up being a fake out. But if this does hold, this would suggest BNB does want to make its way back up here towards $700 back, not quite to all-time high, but back towards former all-time highs or above former all-time highs here in November of 2021. So this is a weirder chart than most coins. Most coins are almost bullish on the daily and 2 daily and then bearish on the higher time frames. But BNB actually showing both the daily and 2 daily are a little overextended. It's the weekly chart that's giving us a sign of something could be coming to the downside. That being said, let me start to look for some potential sell signals and regroupings for BNB. Let me look at this 12-hour chart real quickly. We had the red reversals. We have some bearish momentum. The money flow is just not committing to being fully bearish. But if it was, I do like this 12-hour signal right here of around 583. Could be an interesting spot to get in here on BNB. If we go a little lower to the 4-hour chart, let's take a look at what it is saying right now. A little bit of a buy signal actually right there, but we're above that smart trail. So all I'm expecting on the 4-hour chart is a move. Remember I said you take a look at the red resistance, you look at the order blocks. We could be rejecting right now. We could make a move to 655 first, but with that 12-hour chart kind of starting to show us some liquidity wanting to be grabbed right there, I'm assuming we're going to have liquidations down at these lower levels. Let's go to the 4-hour chart here and look at liquidation levels. There we go. Yeah, a lot of liquidation coming back down here towards 588. I think making a move on the 12-hour chart back here towards the smart trail, 580, 585, that's going to be a good target to reaccumulate some BNB before this weekly buy signal really starts to take off and we make our way back above 700. But very, very good news for BNB. And again, I'm just curious on the details of why the Trump team, World Liberty Finance, is partnering with a foreign blockchain. Is there bigger news coming out for BNB in the next couple of weeks? We'll keep you posted. If that news does come out, we'll absolutely make a video all about it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out. With that said, though, that is going to wrap up our planned technical analysis of the day for altcoins. We really quickly want to go over to, because T-Shroom has been looking at a stock that he actually talked about in January that was a good buy, and there's some good signals flashing on that stock as well right now. Let's go into some stocks here, T-Shroom. What are you seeing over there?
Absolutely. Well, maybe before we get even to the charts, maybe you've heard of Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is a congresswoman, and she essentially is a really good trader, her and her husband, to be fair. Now, she has to disclose what she invests in, and she disclosed on January 14th that she purchased this stock. This is Tempus AI. Now, the public didn't know that she bought this stock. And when I say bought the stock, I will be specific. She bought the call options on this stock. And then that was disclosed on the 21st. I brought it to you all's attention back then, and since then, this stock has essentially gone up to 90%, and now has turned around and retraced, done an about face back down to 53%, and now from those lows has come back up 39%. I've ridden it all the way. I didn't take a huge position in this when I bought back in late January, but I'm thinking that this one is going to continue to make a move to the upside. It's just put in, as you can see here, a nice higher low. And so I'm thinking, again, very, very bullish. Let's look at some of the oscillators here. The MACD is printing its first green histogram here on the daily after a nice bull cross. Big deep swing down in the red MACDs, so got a nice opportunity to test lower. Also has an official buy signal here, as well as positive money flow currently moving in the right direction on the daily chart. So I like Tempus AI here. It did just gap up, so we could potentially see that gap come back down. This is kind of one of those maybe buy half today and wait for this gap to close, buy half tomorrow. But you better buy half today if you're interested in this stock, not financial advice, because this could just launch to the upside. Why? Well, because Nancy has not disclosed that she's sold her calls in this yet. She hasn't taken profit in the extent that she's exposed to the upside. So, Tim, that's the charts. What is Tempus AI? Tempus is a technology company advancing precision medicine through practical application of artificial intelligence, including generative AI, in healthcare to create intelligent diagnostics. So it's AI for healthcare. And this actually, interestingly enough, you can go off my screen, did not sell off during that NVIDIA DeepSeek moment when NVIDIA shed, I can't remember the amount, but it was a nasty day for NVIDIA. Tempus AI did not move to the downside. They're not as exposed to the chip side, but they are going ahead and bringing value to the market. Still a lot of promise in this one. And what I should say is, while we talk about cryptos a lot, cryptos are not securities, right? Tempus AI is a security. So is MicroStrategy. So is Tesla. You know, there's nothing scary about it, but I just do want to make that clear. And none of this is financial advice. So let us know. Do you guys want to see some more analysis of stocks? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah. Very good time. Again, keep diversifying your money. You shouldn't be all in on one field. There's several ways to make money, and in case one of your ways goes downhill, you want to make sure you're split up. So we'll probably be talking stocks a lot more. Not as much as crypto. Obviously, crypto, a lot of our community comes to hear about crypto, but stocks, a good option as well for trading. Let's go back here and answer a question asked earlier about Chainlink. So this is from Nicole, and she said, Discover Crypto, which again, friends of the channel, we love Discover Crypto. You guys know I used to work with the Discover Crypto team. There's all love there. It was time to go full time with the Investing Bros community. Discover Crypto sees Chainlink maybe at $100 this cycle. Just curious why your prediction is so much higher. I know you also predicted $100 as a lower range, but they seem to think that's the max. Okay, well, something about Discover Crypto is they'll change some thoughts as they go along. And I don't know who also we talking about. Like, there's a lot of brains over at Discover Crypto. And I'll tell you, all great brains, they don't agree with each other, right, on these things, right? DZ's going to have his opinion. Love DZ. I love the way his brain works through and predicts things. I don't always agree with him, though. Sometimes he's a lot more bearish than I am. So was DZ saying $100? Then there's Josh, who looks at things from different levels in different ways. He's very bullish on Chainlink. Did Josh say $100? There's TJ. There's Drew. There's so many brains over there. So I guess my first question, Nicole, would be which brain said $100? Because I doubt that all of them are on the same page as where it would go. As far as my prediction and where I think we're going to be with Chainlink, as much as I love technical analysis, and there's a lot of technical analysis that would suggest I think $100 is on the table from that perspective, I very much love to talk about the market cap and supply. Whenever you're talking about top predictions of where coins will get, you definitely need to take the charts as a part of it, and you take the news as a part of it. But the real question is, where will the market cap of Chainlink get to? How valuable is this asset? Where are we in the bull market? And how much money can flow in there? And once you know that number, then you just take a look at where the supply is going to be, and you divide the market cap by the supply, and that's what gives you your number. So for example, let's go over here and take a look. I was looking at Jasmine Coin because people were asking in chat. I might go take a look at Jasmine here in a second as well. But if I go to Chainlink, number 11 right here. Okay. So currently, the market cap of Chainlink is right beneath $10 billion, and the current circulating supply is $657 million. Okay. Why is the price of Chainlink $15? It's not $15 because of the charts or because of that. It's that much because the market cap, the money that's being held, just under 10 billion, divide that by 657 million, and you get 1517. Okay. The reason I'm predicting higher and higher prices is because I believe the value of what Chainlink is going to do and how much this is going to increase is going to be crazy exponential. I have to go back and look at my exact numbers. In fact, Crux and I are working on redoing a lot of our numbers for a lot of our price predictions. But Chainlink, let's just do quick math. Where's my phone? Oh, I'm not going to do it there. I got to use my calculator here. Stick with me here for a second, guys. Let me pull up this calculator that did not click open. There we go. Let's pretend right now, and you guys aren't going to see this, so just listen through with me. Let's pretend Chainlink went to $100 billion market cap, which I think is very, very reasonable, right? A number that I think is very doable to have. All right. Oh, I hate when they don't have commas. All right. 100. I'm going to do 100,000 divided by 657. Okay. Divided by 657. So $100 billion market cap, 657 is going to give us a price prediction of $152, right? I could have done that pretty easily because it's just a 10x in market cap pretty much. So the price would 10x. But that's how I get those price predictions. So when I'm making price predictions, I'm not taking a look at the charts and saying, well, the Fibonacci says XYZ, the Luxalgo Smart Trail is that. No, I'm saying, how valuable do I think that this asset could be and how much it could explode? And then I'm making my prediction. And part of my philosophy with how I make these is that a lot of times where the coin is ranked in coin market cap, right? So you take a look here and you take a look at where coins are ranked. Bitcoin's probably always going to be number one. Who's going to be number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I think that Chainlink is so special. It's going to be rivaling in this 8, 7, or 6 spot, right? I think it's going to be right up in here. And I think that the market cap of crypto is going shooting over $11 trillion. Well, when you have $11 trillion, whatever your market cap is for all of crypto, you can kind of get an understanding of where a market cap of a ranked coin will be. And historically in this level, 6, 7, 8, I can't remember the exact number, but it's going to be something in the world of, oh man, I'll have to go back and look at some details. This is a little bit out of what I've been studying here recently. Pretty much, I guess the best way to put it, if we hit $11 trillion, this range right in here is going to be sitting somewhere in the world probably of a $200 to $300 billion market cap. If all of crypto's at 11 trillion, these, whatever coins are in this area probably will have a market cap sitting in the $200 to $300 billion area. So therefore, when I go back to Chainlink, let's pretend this turns into 200 billion, right? So if I go 200,000, and let's just pretend with supply, let's see right there. Let's just pretend the supply goes to, I don't know, let's go 675, right? I'm just kind of pulling this out. I have to look at dates and see where the supply will be, but oops, didn't mean that. Divided by 675. That would give me a price prediction of Chainlink at $296, or in other words, $300, okay? Where my price predictions are coming from is that I believe that Chainlink will be in that $200 to $300 billion market cap area by the time this bull market is over. And then when I take that and divide it by supply, that's where you're hearing me say 300, 400. I'm saying if Chainlink goes crazy bullish, if all of crypto goes to $20 trillion, we honestly could see a $500 to $600 billion Chainlink, in which case now all of a sudden we are talking $600, $700. But like I said, if you think that Chainlink is only going to go, and you can go off my screen now, Smay, If you think that Chainlink is only going to get a market cap of, I don't know, so 80, 85 billion, okay, then $100 probably is where we're looking at for Chainlink's price. I believe the market cap is going to be over $200 billion. That's where I am. So you can disagree with my market cap prediction. Go for it. I'm very open to hearing that. But if I am right, that's what makes the price of a coin. It's not about the dollar or the TA. It's about the explosiveness of where that coin can go. And one of the reasons I want to show you guys this, actually go back to my screen for a second. I want to show you a coin that had a very explosive 2021 that I'm not saying I'm basing all of my moves off this, but take a look at the market cap for Cardano back here. A lot of people said back in October 2020, Cardano was not really that good. The market cap sitting at $3.1 billion. People were not very bullish on Cardano. Look at where Cardano's market cap would get back in 2021. Okay. Cardano would rally all the way up here, having a market cap of almost $100 billion. Mind you, if you go over and take a look at total, the market cap back in 2021 only made it to $3 trillion. And Cardano held number 3 coin, it held an $100 billion market cap. I am talking about a mature trajectory here. I'm talking about a move where institutions and whales invest like they never have before. Crypto sitting north of 11 trillion, maybe pushing closer towards 20 trillion. If Cardano could have an $100 billion market cap during 2021, when the total market cap was only 3 trillion, I think Chainlink could go well above 100 billion. All right, so tell me if I'm wrong. You guys are more than happy to disagree with me. That's my opinion, though. I believe that the market cap of crypto will go above 11 trillion, maybe even closer towards 20. And I believe that Chainlink is going to be one of the biggest gainers in this bull market as institutions look to adopt crypto. I see the market cap going well above 100 billion, closer to 200 to 300. And that's why I'm looking at 300, 400 as my realistic expectation. And then in my moon case scenario, let's say that crypto goes to 20 trillion, Chainlink goes to a $600 billion market cap. That's where the $600 to $700 range is coming in. Hopefully that explains it. That's how my brain works. Every analyst is going to be a little different. Everyone's going to have a different opinion. If we're being very honest, when it comes to these predictions, myself included, we're all just giving you educated guesses on where things can go. None of us know none of us have a crystal ball. You can go off my screen now, Smay. None of us have a crystal ball to know where the market's going, what change will happen. I mean, here's another scenario that I don't think is going to happen, but crypto could take off to $20 trillion, but we decide nobody likes Chainlink, and Chainlink drops off the face of the planet, and it doesn't have that prediction, right? There's so many variables that go into what the future could hold. But if you're bullish on Chainlink, if you do think their technology is special, if you do think that institutions are going to want to buy it up as one of their favorite coins, and if you do think that crypto is heading for an 11 to $20 trillion market cap, you probably agree with me about Chainlink getting over $300 to $400. That's just that's how I evaluate it. Let me know how you guys think about it. I saw a lot of people asking for Jasmy coin. Here's the deal. I will look at Jasmy coin tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time during our live trading. I'll look at a lot of coins. Come in tomorrow. I mean, these 9 a.m. shows, guys, you're going to want to come in. We're going to do a lot of trading, going through a lot of charts, answering questions. I'll answer questions about anything. You guys can ask questions about my personal life, about my sports, fandom. You guys ask anything. I'm going to be trading, and you guys can trade with me. We'll take a look at Jasmy in the morning. But for now, it is time to go ahead and wrap up our afternoon show by sending it back to Smay for our factoid of the day. But first, if you guys enjoyed today's show, if you've had a lot of fun, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. It really does help us out. Smay, come on and come up here. What is our factoid of the day today?
Well, Tim, there's been a lot of chatter about a lot of unseen forces in the world. Things that, mysteries to mankind. And one of the biggest mysteries is why some of you guys have still not decided to go join our free Discord. It's absolutely insane. So make sure you guys join that free Discord. But
really quick, Snake, by the way, there was a question in chat about that. GWeb9 said, do you guys give chart callouts in the VIP Discord? Oh, do we? It's not just me. We got a bunch of other pro traders over there as well. There's constant chatter about all the charts you guys love, when to buy, when to sell. Highly recommend the VIP trading group. It's not free. You do have to go buy either Luxago or buy the Pro Bros or Super Bros memberships. But yes, all day, every day, we got people in there trading and talking about all different charts. You get in there and ask somebody, hey, what do you think about this coin? Someone's going to get back to you with an answer very, very quickly. Go join the VIP trading group. Sorry, back to you, Smay.
And you know what? And that's okay. Join also the free one too, because that's it's like the gateway to more possibilities. Anyways, bam, another one on the pyramids, but this one very straightforward. Who made the pyramids? For a lot of you guys who don't know, there was a new discovery that there's a huge, giant structure under the pyramids that is absolutely crazy to the human mind. So with that, it poses the question, who made the pyramids? A, the Egyptians, B, Smay, C, aliens, or D, an ancient advanced civilization not known to us. I made this one myself. This is not the
This is completely up to your brain. There's no actual fact. So this is not the factoid of the day. This is the Smaytoid of the day.
No, it's a factoid.
It's a Smaytoid.
Smay knows things.
Goodness. Can I say all the above? Can we say E, all the above?
No.
Because technically Egyptians were involved.
So what is the rubric?
What's the difference between C and D? What's the difference? Aliens and an ancient advanced civilization.
Ancient advanced civilization. Okay, so if you're not familiar, Joe Rogan talks about this all the time, that there were as an advanced civilization, kind of like our own, but then there was an extinction event, and then that's when humans had to build again from scratch. So this is saying this is a leftover of a previous advanced civilization, not the Egyptians, like prior to the Egyptians.
Yeah. We already know that he's just going to put his arrow next to whatever name he wants to. This is a Smaytoid.
Yeah. I'm going to go A, the Egyptians.
That's too on the nose. Oh, man.
I think he's an institutionalist. He likes to believe the company line.
We had this whole conversation today. I'll tell you guys what I believe. I'm going to go with what I believe. Having seen all the evidence that came out, I do believe aliens could be the right answer in the shape of fallen angels, right? They would have been superhuman back then. So let's go see aliens, right? Fallen angels, aliens, whatever you want to call them. Yes, Kryptoni, not fact. No one should take this factoid as fact. It is, you're getting a little tidbit of the inside mind of a Smay.
No, this is absolutely a factoid. This is absolutely a factoid. All right, anyways, guys, drum roll. It is A, the Egyptians. And guys, you thought I wasn't going to fact check? I have a fact check right here. Who made the pyramids of Giza? The Egyptians. Guys, are you kidding? What, are we peddling some cheap conspiracies around here? Oh my gosh. You guys.
That could have literally gone.
This is absolutely a factoid. Oh my gosh. Anyways, back to you.
Word.
I love it. I think I'm the best at factoids.
Listen, in chat, and if you're watching it back afterwards, leave a comment down below who actually did it. Don't put the letters. Tell us who actually built the pyramid. Was it Smay? Was it the Egyptians? Was it aliens? Or was it advanced technology?
You know what?
Oh, that was fun.
Was it the Ethiopians? I actually, for the first time, had Ethiopian food this weekend. I didn't mention that in the intro, but Ethiopian food. It's hard to find, but where we live, there's a big city called Atlanta, and there's much Ethiopian food that's good there, and it's very delish.
So the evidence that the Ethiopians built the pyramids is that you had them for lunch? Oh,
I'm saying it's a possibility that it was.
Oh, it's a possibility. It is a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility. Everybody.
It's
all right,
possible.
guys. It's gonna wrap up today's show. Smash the like button on the way out, guys. Join me tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. We're gonna do live trading, scalping, day trading. If you guys are trying to get involved, go right now. Go sign up with the Blofin link down below so you're ready to go for the morning. Again, there will be perks to getting our Blofin link and getting trading in there that you're gonna get unlocked here the next couple of weeks in our Discord. But for now, go start trading with Tim. I'll see you guys in the morning, bright and early. With that said, love you guys. Adios.